guys, it's Gracie and Mallory with the Fat Boy app. Hey, we're here with
Coleman Dixon.
Bad Bandit Rub and Seasoning. We're going to be doing our interview a little bit different today. Instead of the normal back and forth clips that you see, we're going to be doing it outside at his house podcast style.
So we'll get into it if you're ready.
Sure.
Okay, so how long have you owned your own business, Coleman?
Started this in January of 21 is when I had the idea to do it.
Okay.
So what's your favorite thing, like favorite seasoning that you sell, like mild, hot?
Medium is the best seller. It seems to be the most versatile, has more full flavor. That's the one that just seems to sell the best.
What is the meaning behind the name of your business?
So my dog's name is Bandit. He's a little Shih Tzu. And I don't know, just every now and then he acts up, and so that's the Bad Bandit, and that's a cool name. So that's how that happened.
Well, that's unique for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So going off the second one, the favorite thing you sell, what would be like your favorite thing to put the medium seasoning on?
Ribs.
Ribs.
Ribs. The medium seasoning works really good on pork chops, ribs, things like that. But people put it on everything, including popcorn, salad.
Ooh, I bet that would be good.
Everything.
Why did you start this business?
It kind of began out of accident, if you really want to know the truth. We bought a place at a campground, and at the time I had no desire to own a boat or anything like that. And I said, all I want a kitchen. I want to learn how to smoke and grill meats and things like that. And I just love to cook. And so I got my kitchen built. I got a couple smokers out there, and started researching, looking for rubs to put on ribs, and just never could find anything. So I found a base recipe online and started just playing with it a little bit. And every time I changed it, I wrote it down. So what ended up happening was I took just a regular breast of chicken, and I'd create the recipe, I'd coat it, put it on the grill, and my wife was the taste tester. And so I would do it exactly the same way every time, and I would hand it to her, and she'd say, oh, it's got too much of this, too much of that, I don't like this, or how about adding this? And every time I changed it, I wrote it down. And about the 10th time, it took me about 6 to 8 months, and about the 10th time, my wife said, that's it, don't touch it, perfect. And that became the mild.
So alongside of the ribs being a fan favorite, it's also a personal favorite.
Yes.
What's the dream for the future of your business, or where do you see your business in 5 years?
Really the goal of Bad Bandit Seasoning is I just want it to be a local favorite. Everybody has the dream of it making big and, all that stuff. But really, I enjoy cooking for people, and I enjoy watching them enjoy what I made. And I've always dreamed of having my own business all my life. Just retired from law enforcement after 24 years, and I said, okay, I'm done with that. Now I want to do something that I want to do, and this just kind of has taken off. And it's not as far as I want it to be, but it's further than I expected it to be.
Right. So to kind of bounce off of you, you mentioned you like to cook for people. We've heard that you like to volunteer at baseball games or what have you. So what about... You can tell us about that.
So my daughter, I have a 14-year-old daughter, and she works at the concession stand. The people that run it asked me before the season started, would I mind coming out there and cooking on, say, Tuesday nights or something? I said, sure, I can do that. And he said, well, would you mind, could we use your seasoning? Could we advertise your seasoning? And I said, absolutely, that'd be great. And so that kind of became a trade-off. I'd go out there and cook and get to advertise. And plus, what better way to talk to the community and just really talk about my seasoning is to talk about it with the community.
Right.
And that's a great way to do it.
Awesome.
We just had a baseball game down there last night, and we saw your stuff, and we got a picture of it.
Oh, great. Did you try anything is the question.
They were closed before we
Oh,
could.
of course they were.
So what does a typical workday look for you, like when you're making your seasoning?
So I bought a commercial grade cement mixer. It's for food, and I do like 50 to 60 pounds at a time.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And so a day of mixing would consist of about 5 to 6 hours of just constant mixing.
Wow.
And adding ingredients and mixing and adding ingredients and mixing. and then you have a whole other day that is just nothing but bottling.
You would not think it would take 5 to 6
Yeah,
hours
right.
to mix it.
Right.
Well, you got to figure I'm filling probably 15, 20 5-gallon buckets
Yeah.
Wow.
full, so
That's
I make
crazy.
sure that I have plenty of stock on hand.
Yeah.
So, is there anybody really that inspired you to start this business, or was it kind of just like a personal?
I don't know how to answer that. It's just always been a dream of mine to come up with something. And when I really got into cooking and grilling and smoking meat, I just really found that this is fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And it just, I've watched a lot of the cooking shows and the barbecue shows and all that stuff. And YouTube videos and trying to learn how to do that stuff. And I've learned a lot through that. I guess Myron Mixon probably would be one of the ones that I've watched a lot of.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So what would you say is unique about your business?
I don't know how to answer that one either. I wouldn't say it is really unique, other than I've had several people that have tried my seasoning and they've never had anything like it.
Yeah,
So,
I would agree with that. I'm pretty picky, and I will say your seasoning is probably some of the best, and it's locally made. So,
and I had a heart attack a few years ago, and so I had to create something that was low sodium, which is why it is a low sodium product. There's no preservatives, there's no non-GMO, and so it's a product that is not filled full of chemicals. It is the ingredients that's in it.
What ways do you use to advertise for your business?
The best $400 I ever spent was right here on the truck. It was the labeling on the truck. I get more site views because of this.
Yeah.
People see it and they know this truck. I've had people all the time say, I saw that truck in so-and-so yesterday, and yep, that's where I was. But I sometimes use the radio. I use newspaper. Word of mouth. Facebook has become real big. I'm learning how to use other stuff. I'm old, so I'm still trying to figure out, where my daughter, she can just get on there and just do everything. I'm still figuring out how to check email. So she's really good at helping me learn the social media.
So, going off of that one, what ways would you say the Fat Boy app has helped your business?
Oh, it's definitely helped my business. I've had more people tell me that they've heard about my business through the Fat Boy app. So it's been really, really helpful, and I try to promote the Fat Boy app as much as I can as well. I would love for y'all to make me a sticker to go on my truck.
Hey, we can do that.
That would be great.
We got stickers on the back of ours.
Perfect. I'd love to put one on my truck.
Okay, we'll let Scott know.
But I've seen the Fat Boy app everywhere I go now, and it's really cool that I get to be associated with it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all the questions we have. Thank you for being a part of the Fat Boy app and honoring the 5%.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.